maha ulale yeah. Where your head yo 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 where your head where your head yo yo
We are here with Poet Laureate Julie Pellissier-Lush and two members from the Mi'kmaq Hertiage Actors, Richard Lush and Riley Bernard. Thanks for joining us. I wonder if you could start by telling us a bit about where this group began.
Many of our group members became a part of the Talking Stick with the Confederation Centre of the Arts, and that gave us a connection to a very talented woman named Kathy Elliott, who took 9 of my poems that I had written about Mi'kmaq legends, and she took them and she switched them into a beautiful script. And we took that script and we got a cast of volunteer Indigenous youth, and we put on our very first show in 2011 at the Murphy Centre. When they're young and they're learning all these skills, it's a safe place to be able to learn about your culture, as well as learning more about the arts.
It was such an amazing experience with the Talking Stick. And from there, we just kind of grew and flourished into not only young adults, but into actors and professional actresses. And it was such a great experience to be a part of, because we look at each other as family now. And that will never change from then on. And we have a lot of people that will come in and out of our group, but we kind of know who our core is, and our core is our family. So anybody that comes in, welcome to our great big family. So it's been a remarkable experience, and we're very blessed to have the opportunities we've had so far.
I was a young man who had never left the Maritimes, and I had such a small world view, and the world didn't matter to me, basically. And once I started getting into theater, especially Young Company last year, learning about other people's experiences and working with other people from essentially around the world was really broadening and gave me a lot of perspective, and I would even say a clearer mind.
Our leadership had just taken a trip overseas to visit another community where the Indigenous peoples there have far much more control over their destiny compared to Canada. And they went there to talk to them and learn from them, and just to see what worked and what didn't. Because right now we're at such a turning point in Canada, not even just in Prince Edward Island or the Atlantic region, but in Canada. And they wanted to see what went right and what went wrong. And the first thing they said was that the whole country, they promote Indigenous people. Instead of saying hello, they say the Indigenous word for hello. It's not even something that's up for discussion or you have to fight for in government or legislature. It's something that's just there. When you're on the airplane and you're traveling there, That's the first thing that shows up when you turn on your monitor, is the Indigenous word for hello. And I see the start of things, and I see that growing because this is unceded traditional Mi'kmaq territory, and every part of it does have a traditional Mi'kmaq name. So it would be so nice for people to be able to know Charlottetown is this, but it's also this. Fort Amherst is this, but it's also Skmaqn. So, I mean, having that ability to not differentiate the majority of the culture and the Indigenous culture. Like, if we become higher up and more parallel and more equal, I think that would be a good start. I think being able to have my voice be heard even a little bit stronger with the title of Poet Laureate gives me more opportunity to share our culture, our stories, our narrative, and to have it being told by us is really important for both communities on Prince Edward Island. So being a part of that is really good.
The songs that we saw you perform today, could you tell me about those two?
The Strong Woman song was written by a group of Indigenous and non-Indigenous women who were incarcerated in the Kingston Penitentiary in about 1970. And there was a group of women that were in solitary, and one day one of them started a beat on the bars, and another one heard, and they started to join. And eventually over months they ended up coming up with a beat and then a song. And that song, even though they could never see each other or really talk to each other, but the beat bonded them and they created the song. And when they were released, they actually were able to go and share the song as a song of healing and a song of strength for women everywhere. And when we share it, we always make sure that we emphasize the fact of our missing sisters that are the missing and murdered Indigenous women across Canada. So we have to ensure that conversations are still happening because it is still happening. And until that changes, then maybe the conversations can change.